Hey everybody, I wanted to throw out a quick primer on string.punctuation and what that is. String.punctuation, if we import string, is a built-in string of all of the punctuation marks. We can then use that for either character testing or we can use it to test membership. So here's just a quick script that illustrates how that works. First of all, we import string. This is going to bring the full string class in. And then here right away, I'm just going to output what is string.punctuation. So when we see this and then when we run it, let me get a fresh run in here. We see down here in the console that we get this very large, let me zoom in a little bit, very large string here, and it contains all of the punctuation marks. It makes it really easy then to just test if any individual character happens to be a punctuation mark, rather than having to test for every single individual one of these. We can just test and see if it's a member of the string. Now here's some sample code to show how this character testing might work. First, here is a variable that's cleverly called character, and I've got it set to the period. Now here's an if else structure, and all we say is if that character is in string.punctuation. So that will literally check and see if this character is one of these characters in the long string, and if it is, it'll print out punctuation. If it's not, it'll print out not punctuation. So you can see here when I did that last run that, since this period is in the string.punctuation string as this character right here that I'm circling, then we know that it is punctuation. Let me change this here to how about a capital W, and when we run that, we see that we'll get the not punctuation report because that's clearly not punctuation. I'm going to go back and do a semicolon this time. And I have another little bit of code here that just checks if it's one of the more commonly used punctuation marks. So what that is using is a string literal that I've created, and it's checking to see if character is one of those characters in that string literal. And that string literal is just simply contained into single quotes. And I've got 4 of the most commonly used punctuation marks. And if it is that member, it'll also print out also commonly used. And we can see here that the last run, checking a semicolon, it did pop up as the more commonly used ones. Let's try the % and see what output we get there. We get, yep, it's in fact a punctuation mark. It's not one of the more commonly used ones, but still nonetheless, it is a punctuation mark. So hopefully this little primer on string.punctuation will help you in your coding.